Hide your items, fire up the forge, and produce lots of steel, cause today we have another DAR video. If you're like everyone else and wondering what the new update will do to trading and the economy of DAR, then this video is for you. I've been playing this game for over 5 years now and have been through many updates that radically changed the game, so I've developed a good understanding of how changes will impact the trading and economy of the game. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you're new so you can get any new content, and if you do gain anything of value from today's video, then make sure to give the video a thumbs up, as that always helps me out. With all that being said, let's get into it. We're going to start off by addressing the biggest question that everyone always has after a huge update. What is the new player currency going to be? It is true that sulfuric acid will not be demanded as much because players don't have to trade it for gas or diesel anymore. There are still many uses for it, but there are a few other items that will be much more in demand because the supply of those other items will be much lower. Starting off with the two items that I think will drive the economy of the game going forward: steel and aluminum. Creating steel in large quantities is a huge pain now. Not only does steel require iron, but it also requires aluminum, which will be a big bottleneck to steel production. The main way to get aluminum is to scrap auto spare parts, or ASP, which on average you get half an aluminum for every auto spare part. Each car you find only gives around 1 to 2 auto spare parts, so for every car you find and scrap, you'll get on average around 0.75 aluminum. Since 1 aluminum is required to make 1 steel, we need to scrap around 1,300 cars to make 1,000 steel, if I did my math right. This is pretty crazy, and it's just one reason why steel will be very expensive and possibly the most traded item in the future. So far we just talked about the supply side of steel, which is looking pretty dismal, but the demand side for steel will go way up as well. If you don't know, the chem bench requires repairs now, and the workbench has been removed completely. This means we have to use tools now to craft instead of the infinite use of the workbench. To show how much steel will be used for tools alone now, imagine the production of 300,000 ammo. This would require 1,000 steel tools, and with steel tools costing 10,000 steel each to make, that's around 10,000 steel gone right there. Now imagine all the other things that people are crafting other than ammo, and it's easy to imagine that steel will be consumed very quickly, even if there's players with lots of steel in their bases. Changing gears a bit, I want to talk about some of the other items that will have much more demand if steel becomes scarce. Iron will of course be in demand, as 1 steel requires 6 iron now. But bellows will be in huge demand because they only have 100 uses, and both iron and steel require bellows. They require a bunch of materials to make, including tanned leather, normal rawhide, which will be important, along with tan mix, which all require a bunch of items to make, and it's becoming clear that the importance of steel doesn't mean that only a couple items will be in demand, but a whole supply chain of items will be needed to power this new steel industry. And we've only talked about steel so far. I haven't mentioned that bulk water production has been nerfed from 5,000 water to 500 water in the purifier. I haven't mentioned that whiskey, wine, and shine output have been nerfed and also have less output the longer it ages in barrels. I haven't mentioned that the Blaze requires a huge investment and tons of grinding in order to repair its durability, or that herbing is easier because you can herb without running into animals now, or that chainsaws are now craftable, or that aqua is easier to make, or that bone glue can now use dirty water instead of clean water, or that rope is craftable from nettle, or that ammo can be crafted at the NPC bases without shell casings, or that the forge no longer burns out on time, but it's based on 100 uses, or that I haven't mentioned anything about the NPC trading. These, among many other changes or nerfs that I've seen, are an obvious indication that the developers of the game don't want players to focus on trading with each other, but instead they want players to focus on the survival aspects of the game. And it's safe to say that with this huge update, the developers will be pretty successful in reducing the frequency of players trading with each other to trading only when it's necessary. Shifting the focus away from players trading with each other to instead trading with the NPCs I think will honestly make the game much more enjoyable for future players, even if it means that many of the existing online players will be outraged or even quit entirely. The fact that we can sell most items to the NPC for currency and also buy many items as well adds a whole new layer to the game that heightens the survival aspect of the game. After all, this game is a survival game, not a tycoon game. But the reason why so many players, including myself, continue to play the game after they complete it is because we enjoy the trading aspects of the game too. There are many more updates to come as the development team have been growing over the past year. So hopefully there will be changes made to benefit the existing players and keep us interested in the game. In summary, I can safely say that steel, aluminum, bellows, steel tools, water, and acid will be the main items that are traded between players going forward. Along with these items, after a handful of weeks, I expect that a couple other items will be added to that list once we figure out which items are the best to trade to the NPC every 5 hours for currency. Something that's light, doesn't rot, and sells for a decent amount of currency at the NPC will be very important. Maybe bones? I don't know. Now, remember to subscribe to the channel if you want to see similar videos, because unfortunately that's all we have time for today. If you want to see more videos in the same playlist, then check out the link down below in the description. I'll see you guys in the next one.